Okay, so when we played last time, you guys had gotten to Castle Sirus and met with your good, or now good friend, Sir Silver Justu. You had dinner with him and the Grey Scouts led by Captain Grayson. During the dinner, you discussed basically how to get the support of Silra, and he told you that he was extremely busy right now because there were potential threats against the castle, and that he had been attacked by basically he had been approached by a messenger, which the messenger then got loose, tried Silra, and Silra killed the messenger instead. Silra is now concerned that there may be other threats in the castle, so he'd like you to investigate because he flat out said that he sucked at investigating, because that's not his thing. He just smashes things. He's also not allowed to really leave the castle right now because the Castilian has him doing busy work, even though Silra hates that sort of work. He's asked you to take care of a couple things around the general territory that he normally would take care of but doesn't have the time for right now. So he has 4 tasks for you to partake in. You've already at least mostly completed one by going out and checking on the farmers that were complaining about giant bugs. The giant bugs turned out to be ankegs, and you went down into their tunnels and slew them all and recovered the body of a missing soldier.
No, we found the body.
Oh yes, you found the body.
Definitely did not recover
You left it there.
Yeah, we didn't.
You left it there because you were afraid that it might fall apart because it was a few days old.
We should tell people we buried it.
And you also destroyed all the ankeg eggs, so they shouldn't be continuing to cause a problem. After that, you went to report your findings to the farmer that you met up here, but he referenced another farmer who would basically send the information out. And just out of curiosity and some strange mentions of this guy, you went to see Frederick yourself. And it turns out that Frederick was causing problems. Frederick was skimming items from the monthly market, or essentially taking it the share of the grain that was supposed to go to the town and be distributed. He was skimming a significant portion of the goods, and in addition to that, it appears that he's been creating a lab under his farmhouse to poison his own crops and perhaps other people to reduce the yield and make it to where he doesn't have to work as hard. You also now have the strong suspicion that for some reason he poisoned this guard who went down into the ankeg nest and helped the man die a little easier. And that's about where we ended, with you guys packing up your wagon to take all the things back to the keep where they belong and trying to decide what you wanted to do with Frederick.
So he has a lab in his basement.
He has a lab.
Poison,
he has a lab in his basement. Rinlith found a key hanging on inside of his house. Rinlith couldn't find a use for this key, asked the man repeatedly what was going on, and the man finally cracked and said it was a key to his cellar, but they didn't need to go down there. Rinlith decided maybe they should go down there. So
right.
They went down into the cellar and found out that the man had basically a small alchemy lab set up where he had tables and brewing vials, and they all had a greenish-black liquid that looked very similar to the liquid you found at the bottom of the vial that your guard had inside of the ankeg nest.
Okay, that little vial, okay.
And that's about when Rinlith decided he hated everybody.
Yeah.
Weren't you going to drink that, Ranger Joe?
No.
Okay.
Joe, you can't eat that.
Don't do it.
What?
You don't know where it's been.
Yeah.
You're not my real half-orc fighter, buddy.
That's rude.
Sorry, that's what I used to tell my dad. Do we have a inkhead head, too?
I don't think you actually got a head.
We have some.
We
do.
Oh,
We do.
That's right. You did get a
Head and chitin.
because you threw it in the haversack.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
That put
things
it-
don't go bad in a haversack, as far as I know.
Yeah.
If they do, it takes a very long time.
It's a refrigerated bag.
It's just.
It's a little basically pocket dimension
Bag of colding. They had that in the
bag of colding.
Critical Role to store body or animal parts that they were harvesting.
That's a cool idea. I like bag of colding. It's basically you can actually have real food instead of rations all the time.
So what's the difference between the bag of holding and the one that we have?
The haversack. Well, the haversack is like multiple bags of holding in a sack.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it's like mini bags of holding. Bag of holding can hold a whole lot more.
I see.
But this has a bunch of like smaller pockets, so you can have things. And the nice thing about this is whatever you want when you reach in, it's always on top. So you don't have to like expend in like a full action. It would usually probably take an action to pull something out of a bag, but you don't have to search for it. It's always on
Oh,
top.
that's awesome.
Basically, if you have the bag,
Yeah.
Basically, if Renlith just dumped healing potions in there, he could just constantly pull them out
Dude,
with basically no delay.
where did you get that?
Yeah, we got that on someone.
That was the bag inside of the ruined laboratory in Lilithana's temple.
That's right. Yeah. Someone
Worth it.
Someone
So,
wanted to go in there.
Pretty much that made it worth it to go in there.
Worth it.
Yeah, for sure.
You got almost a TPK.
Yeah, almost. Although almost everyone died.
Yeah, but you know that's a great place for storing money, for sure.
And that's the only reason I was sad that you guys were going to leave without
Yeah.
getting the gear. So I put that in there just for you.
And
Hey, money. That's a good idea.
No, you decided money in there would be a bad idea because you'd have to pull one coin out at a time.
But you have bags of
maybe if I wanted like, oh man, I need 100 gold pieces,
That should work
pull it
actually.
out.
No, just have like a smaller bag full of them.
Yeah,
Like a
yeah.
certain
I
amount?
have
bags of stuff
So-
inside your haversack.
There's a main backpack, and then
Yeah.
there's like little pouches on the sides.
so
that can
there
hold less.
are 2 small pockets, and then there's like kind of another purse thing I think, and then the main pouch.
I see.
Yeah. So I have it like all the treasure stuff. That's where all the gold is, and then
Do you tell us what's in there? Because I think we actually have to know exactly what's in there for us to take stuff out.
Probably.
Like if you died and you didn't tell us, we couldn't get anything out of there.
well, you could always just turn it inside out, and everything would come out.
Oh yeah, that is a thing, huh?
Wouldn't that like cause a planal rift or something? You turn it inside out. Same thing. Don't worry
It's
about
a
it.
risk and take.
Yeah. It's got to get your stuff.
Okay.
And it only weighs 5 pounds. no
So
matter
where are we right now? We all still inside this guy's house. Redless just discovered this basement.
Yeah, basically, we ended with him just discovering the basement and being downstairs and deciding, and basically trying not to turn around and backhand the guy
Yeah.
and beat him into a pulp.
We could still just knock him unconscious, guys. That make
Where-
it easier taking him back.
Where are? Have we descended into the cellar yet?
Yeah.
Okay, and where's this guy in relation? Like, is he behind us?
Well, he's loading a cart with goods under my supervision
Okay, good.
because I have a longbow and he can't run 500 feet in a round. And he went in the basement. I have no idea what you're doing.
I think everything kind of got suspended when he went to the basement, actually.
Yeah, that was.
If I remember right, everyone just kind of went to do the basement and
That's
stopped the load.
Yeah,
Did we bring? Oh, okay.
Renlith just kind of said to himself, "Oh, this boy's fucked."
And Kabar was in a fugue state.
Okay.
Like
sorts,
10 minutes. Oh.
He just got a little dazed. He felt a little vertigo.
So if I'm down in the cellar, I'll just yell out, "Kabar,
Oh.
Kabar,
What's going on?
keep an eye on Frederick up there. It's worse than we suspected."
Which is pretty bad.
I didn't have a good feeling about this guy.
There's nothing wrong. Don't worry about it.
I'm going to investigate down here. See if you can get some information out of him. Why does he have all this stuff? What are his plans? And who is he selling or working with?
Okay.
I don't know what he's talking about. I haven't been down there in years.
I would like to intimidate.
Yes.
This always fails.
Yep.
I apologize in advance.
I'm assuming you're going to intimidate forcefully with strength, not with
He has a
charisma.
horrible scar
I have
that just has a perpetual like nice smile.
I have an intimidation bonus or proficiency, so it'd be a 4.
Well, but basically what I'm saying is the interesting thing about 5th edition is you can use different stats to go behind your skills. So
You can break something.
So you can use like your charisma to intimidate if you're like trying to intimidate with words,
Logic or something.
Yeah.
Force of personality.
Force of personality, or trying to explain to him, you do this, otherwise we're going to lock you in a cellar or blah blah, blackmail.
Good cop, bad cop.
Yeah. So strength intimidate would be shoving him up against a wall and basically flexing your muscle and telling you you're going to break his skull in if he doesn't.
So in that case, would I use my strength modifier or
Well, that's
my
what I'm telling you.
intimidation?
I'm telling you, how do you want to intimidate him?
Well, my strength modifier and my intimidation bonus are the same 4, so I'd rather just do intimidation because I'd really like that to work for once.
Do you need me to stand behind you?
No.
Hype you up?
No.
So
Well,
you
could, yeah.
So normally, intimidate works off charisma by default.
Right.
So basically, you currently have, I think, do you have a
+4.
But your charisma is like a +1.
Yeah, +1.
So you'd have a +3 proficiency bonus. So if you intimidate basically by shoving him up against a wall and basically trying to scare him, you could do the 3 intimidate with the proficiency bonus plus your strength bonus.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So generally, strength intimidate is a bad idea because people will report you to the authorities or something like that because they basically have just been threatened physically by their life. But in this case,
If you're doing it like unjustified, like
if you're doing it
we have this
unjustified,
guy.
but if you're doing it basically because this guy's a low life, there's not really going to be any repercussions for it other than the fact that he's going to be scared out of his mind.
What's he wearing?
Basically a tunic.
Now he's wearing nothing.
I'm gonna pants him.
So basically, if you did the strength
Tell us what you
intimidate, it's 3 plus your strength modifier, which is like 4.
Yeah, 4.
So it would be a +7 to your roll if you basically rough him up.
Shoot, I might as well do that.
No,
yeah.
use your wisdom.
Yeah,
Intelligence.
my intelligence.
Intimidate him with logic.
So Ranger Joe and I are outside while he's loading up a cart.
Yes.
Is it our cart?
Yeah, it's your card.
Okay.
You guys took your card out here. Renless downstairs in the cellar.
Wait, is it our cart?
Yeah. You took your card. You used your voucher and exchanged the voucher.
No, I know we have our cart. Didn't the guy have a cart too?
Yes, he has a cart too. Because that's how he gets stuff.
Because our cart, I don't think would hold a house full of goods.
Actually, it's probably going to take both of your carts.
Well, our plan was going to take all of them, was it?
I can drive the second cart if you want. I have a land proficiency.
So while
Yeah,
while
not
they're
good.
doing their business up there, I'm going to
Horse-drawn carts.
do some further investigation to see if I can identify if it's just this one thing he's trying to brew, or if there seems to be some other, I don't know, experimenting he's trying to accomplish downstairs.
So, do you want to do that and then I'll do the intimidate, or
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds good.
So for investigation is a 16.
16. All right. So looking around, you can definitely tell that it's a ramshackle lab. This guy is basically pieced together. You're
Is it
pretty
the first
certain he
roll?
doesn't know what he's doing because you've seen alchemists that knew what they were doing. It looks like he's basically mixed
Antiqued.
plant poisons together and tried to get something that's a little diluted
I agree.
to where it's not quite immediately effective. Looks like it would be something that's a little bit slower. It's watered down. You can see the water and the fact that it's going through a dilution process. But the only thing you see here is this poison. You don't see anything else that he's brewing up. But he does have a significant amount of it, and he's got sprayers set up basically that sit inside of a pack. They're basically like wineskins, essentially, that he would obviously use to spray his field with.
Gross.
Okay. All right.
okay.
So for
So,
me, just taking a mental catalog.
are we Is the farmer near the cart at the moment?
Whenever you want to stop him, if you want him near the cart, that's an easy thing to do.
Okay.
Because he's basically lugging one thing at a time, huffing and puffing and panting. Sweat's already pouring down his face. The guy obviously has been doing this for a while because he is very out of shape. He looks like he probably hasn't tended to his fields in any serious manner in months.
Okay, so while he's near the cart, and he drops off whatever was in his hands.
Okay. Throws down the bag of flour.
I'm going to attempt to grab him by his tunic and lift him up and push him up against the cart.
All right.
So let's see how this does. Don't fail me now.
All right.
So that's yikes, 13.
Basically, just his hands start flailing about, and he just almost starts slobbering. He's so unsure of what's going on. What's the matter? What's the matter? I'm doing as you say. Stop! Put me down, you big lug.
Listen here, Farmer John.
The name's Frederick.
Whatever.
John was the other one.
Whatever.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna need you to start telling us exactly what is going on here. And if you try to bullshit me,
What?
I'm gonna throw your ass back down into that ankeg pit.
No, you don't need to do that. I'm just packing up the goods, just as you said. That's all that's going on here now.
You're doing a lot more than packing up goods.
Well,
We know you're up to some slimy shit. Some shady shit.
so maybe I had been down in my cellar a bit.
Kabar's not
But
good at this.
He's already 20 words in. He's like, oh god, I'm so tired of speaking.
okay, fine. Just don't hurt me. All right. So I've been taking some stuff from the other farmer, sure, and trading to get extra stuff and not sharing it. Sure, but that's not that bad. I'm an old man. I can't work out on those fields anymore.
And what do you know about our friend that we discovered down in the caves?
That was an accident.
Explain yourself.
Well, he came to each of our houses and was asking about the bugs, and, well, I hadn't had any bug problems because I don't have much that's edible in my fields right now. But when he was at my house, I had been working on some new batches of poison, and I had them stoppered up on my kitchen table. And, well, he saw them, and he thought they were potions. And he asked for one, said it would help him on his journey, his work. And, well, I couldn't say no, because, well, if I didn't give it to him, he would have been suspicious. So I told him to only use it in an emergency.
You indirectly killed this man.
No, see, he wouldn't have taken it until he was already dead, right?
That's not how this works.
I can hear this, right?
Yeah.
He wrote health potion on it. Didn't he write it? It's written on it, right?
Yeah, I believe it was written on it, because you peeled off the label.
Yeah.
Okay, at this point, I'm going to lift him up even higher and shove his ass into the cart again. Or no.
This isn't my wagon, is it? That you're messing up?
That he painted.
Maybe.
Yeah, that.
And then after that, I'm going to start carrying him over slowly to the pit, making my way over there.
Oh, it's quite a ways, because you got to go an entire farm length, but he gets the idea pretty quick of what you're planning to do.
But yeah, I'm not like, I'm hoping he's gonna.
Look, there's no reason to shove me in with the bugs. I'll be cooperative. What else do you want me to do?
You need to start telling us the truth.
I did tell you the truth.
Then why was the vial labeled health potion?
Oh, you saw that. Well, I had to make it convincing, so I already labeled it so I wouldn't accidentally drink it myself. So I had to put an extra label on over it.
Can I make what's that check to see if he's lying?
Insight.
Insight.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god, your
It's
tablets
not-
are huge compared to mine.
I got them finally upgraded.
Nice. You can see all the words.
16.
So you're pretty sure he's definitely still hiding something, but the label story sounds feasible with the rest of what he said. But you think he's still hiding? Definitely still trying to hide something from you about this.
Okay.
I wish I had better spells. I get intimidated him by hunters marking him.
I wish I had something cool to like.
I can cure his wounds.
Fucking-
You can break his leg and I can bring it back twice. I can do it twice. So
It doesn't sound like it's on the good side of the alignment.
I'm cured. He's the one breaking the leg.
I'm neutral.
Where
so
did
I
you
guess
get
I
this
could.
popcorn? Just accidentally drop him twice.
That was from Big Lots.
Okay.
You're like, I gotta go find this stuff.
I was looking for it.
It's really
I'm
good.
so glad you got a giant plate, so now I won't feel bad about getting a giant plate.
I had like 3 last time.
So as soon as he's done with that explanation, I'm
Big
gonna
Lots is my
start.
favorite place to find weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
And
gonna
sometimes it
start.
pans out, sometimes it doesn't.
I'm gonna start walking back to the pit again. And,
All right, look. What else can I tell you? So maybe, okay, fine. I told him that maybe he should take it as soon as he got near the nest, because I told him that it would make him feel better. The idea was I had diluted poisons. It would just slow him down, and maybe he wouldn't even go down there at all, and the bugs would stay around. And then we wouldn't have to work so hard because no one would expect us to work hard if the bugs are destroying our fields. We could just live off other people helping us, right?
I'm gonna shoot an arrow
Don't you
by
think-
his head
okay.
and shout murderer.
You do what in the shout murderer?
I shoot an arrow right by his head.
All right, give me
Oh god, don't shoot us.
Or he's dead.
give me an attack
Don't
roll.
shoot me.
Give me an attack roll. Basically, don't roll a 1 or a 20.
Don't tell me what to do.
Oh Jesus Christ,
Oh, that's close.
that was close.
19.
19. So yeah, it whizzes right next and it actually nicks his ear, and the guy starts flipping out. I've been shot! Because I'm assuming his hands are still sort of free.
Yeah,
'Cause you kinda-
it's by the call, like the.
I don't know how you're carrying him
man,
now,
so
but
lucky he's being held.
so he
About to start
picks up one
pummeling
hand.
his
He sees the blood and he faints.
All right, that's good.
Okay.
Yes, at this time, I imagine I'm walking outside.
Do we have chains?
Yeah, you probably
I
heard.
wrote.
I
Screaming.
take a deep breath and say, "Okay, this looks right."
Yeah, he's probably hearing like screaming for months later.
This is a different way than I do it.
Basically, as you're walking up, you're probably hearing, I've been hit! Ah! And then everything gets quiet.
I do not quicken my pace. However, when I walk outside,
I used an arrow.
is everything going okay out here?
Oh, he's not dead.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, not yet.
Wait, did I miss him?
Yeah, you barely. It was just really close.
Kabar, if you would please tie him up and put him in the
He-
one of the wagons.
I get the feeling this guy's not telling us everything.
I don't think we're going to get it out of him. I think we might want to take him back and let their prison guards
Whoa.
let their prison guards
Trigger
work on him. Joe, just calm down. Take your finger off the trigger of your longbow.
Put the safety back on.
I just used I counted another arrow.
Unstring your bow so that it doesn't happen again.
Okay.
It's awkward
That-
holding it. all
That
the way down
sounds
while you're trying to shoot.
reasonable enough. We don't have time for this as it is.
Right, you are. If we see somebody on our ride back, another farmer, we'll tell him that a bunch of their hard work is stored in Frederick's house, and to reclaim it so that they can deliver it where they need to.
Should we take all this stuff out? That's actually a really good idea. Should we take all this stuff out of your trunk cart? I'll keep some of these goods. Spoils of war. I'm kidding. Elves don't believe in war.
What, all the grain and shit?
No.
The cart's only about half full because that guy was milking it for everything he was worth.
Okay, I'm going to tie him up with the rope I have.
Hog
Okay.
tie.
Yeah, I like that. And then
Ensnaring strike? I got that still.
can
He just gets 6 points of damage every turn.
Can I use my horse on this guy's cart?
Yeah, otherwise he has a horse in the stable as well.
Yeah, I don't want his horse though.
Okay. It's probably poisoned.
Well, you should bring it back, and you can at least give it to the guards.
Nope, we'll leave it there to starve to death. Serves it right. It was probably the horse's idea anyway.
Perhaps,
The
but if we let
ringleader
it
of the whole
die,
thing.
Is his cart big enough
it's
for 2
suffering
horses?
ends. If we bring
No,
it with
it's a
us,
single-
it will
actually,
get used and abused
yes.
by the guards.
Because it's made to hold 2 draft horses and carry quite a lot of things.
Okay, well I'll take his horse and I'll hook my horse up to
12-hour shifts.
Okay.
That's the
Your horse
concerns.
isn't really used to this sort of work because it's a riding horse, but if you manhandle it or animal handling it, it'll deal with it.
Well, I have a vehicle proficiency.
You do.
Does that help?
That helps you keep control of it, but give me a... Is there an animal handling skill?
Yeah,
Yeah, give me an animal handling skill check to get it in there calmly.
wisdom.
Because it's totally not used to this sort of work.
Wisdom, huh?
But just as good as the ranger, don't worry.
Can I intimidate the horse?
Just punch it.
11.
11. Sure, that's good enough.
Okay. And then
You have been riding this horse for a
I'm
while.
gonna hog tie him up, toss him in the back.
Pulling a cart can't be worse than carrying Kabar.
It's just less... He's more confined. He's got...
Are you carrying all that other armor that you don't use? And like 5 different two-handed weapons? Poor horse.
No, well, yeah, shoot, now that you mention it. So, yeah, I'm just going to tie him up, toss him in the back. Should we gather the rest of this evidence in this cart to take back to the...
It's less evidence and more the fruits of all of these guys' labors.
Okay.
Oh, God.
So I would just say,
I can load it up real quick.
Was there any written evidence in there?
if you want to load it up, I can take a look. There wasn't anything of note in the his makeshift lab, but I can take a look in his house.
Is there any other evidence we should gather?
I'll take a look at the house.
I'll take a quick walk around the building.
And while they're doing that, I'll just start loading up the rest of the crap into my cart.
Okay. All right.
So I'm going to be looking for any evidence of trades or deals or
Okay.
papers, evidence, plans. Probably not going to do too well with that one. 9.
9. All right. You rummage around for a while, but yeah, you don't really find anything interesting in the house.
Joe just feels like he hasn't really done much lately, so he's just walking around the building looking. Less than a 9. Investigate? Oh, that's right.
Does he step on a rake?
2. It's a 2.
At 2. On your second pass around the house, you think you realize that there's a cellar door somewhere, but
Why do I keep walking around it?
other than that,
Can't find the front door.
it's remarkably uninteresting and boring.
Joe,
Yes, I'm in the stalker pose.
let's switch spots. Let me look out here.
All right, there's nothing out here.
Absolutely nothing.
There's no way into the house. We're gonna look around inside the building.
I just don't know what it is with Renlith who refuses to investigate or perceive anything ever.
You've investigated the lab pretty well.
That's true. That's because it probably interests him in some regard.
I'm not actually gonna look. I have a 7. I just, Redlith probably looked everywhere. There's no way I was gonna come up with a different place.
You open one cabinet. Yep, there's stuff in there.
It's very Frederick of you.
I'll be a jerk.
All right, so yeah, you guys don't find anything else interesting other than the.
It's not that we didn't find anything. There's nothing else interesting.
I'm worried we're missing something.
The potion or the brewing station, and then the massive stored amount of goods.
I will, however, lock the cellar door
Okay.
and take the key with me just so that nobody goes in there
Okay.
as a mishap.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
I'm currently looking underneath a 4-legged chair.
Did we bring anything back from that dead night? As far as didn't you grab something?
He had some stuff on him, and I think you guys looted his corpse.
Just to prove that he's dead
Yeah.
or something.
I think that's all we were looking for.
Oh, we did look for something with his name, but we didn't see anything, right?
Right.
I mean, or something similar, obviously. Not everyone writes their name on the inside of their plate mail. I do. In case that we ever put it in a pile and get it washed.
Yeah.
Right.
You put it in your right in the back of your shirts and your underwear and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the body, if you guys looted it, did you guys loot it? I thought you looted
I
it.
thought we brought something back to like prove that we found him.
We had to have looted it. We found the poison.
Yeah.
He had a pouch of coins on him, and he had a scribbled piece of parchment with some scribbles on it. And then his acid-drenched armor that had corroded. His sword was still in decent shape.
What was the note?
Nobody ever read the note.
Seriously?
Seriously.
I don't remember ever hearing
I
about
don't
this.
remember
I only ever saw the.
Did we not find, like, did we not investigate his body?
No, I remember mentioning it, but I don't think you guys even really. I think it just got glossed over somehow.
Oh man, I totally thought
It was one of those things that you're like,
Dang.
just dump it.
I mean,
Yeah.
we totally would have
a
taken.
couple of us had near-death experience just then, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably should have brought it up like 3 more times because I was kind of surprised no one even.
I was very.
But sometimes you guys get letters and you stow them away and you decide to read them later.
Well, Randall
So,
does that.
I never.
Can I
know.
just-
Oh, that's exactly what we did, right? Wink, wink.
Can I just be like, hey guys, I have this in my pocket, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
You probably just because you realize it's not even really a scroll or anything. It's just a scrap of parchment.
So I was going through my bi-hourly inventory of my pockets.
Okay.
I was actually trying to find a scroll that could get this guy to talk.
Okay.
I have stuff for animals, but that's pretty much all I have as far as influencing the way things think. So between my cure mass wounds and my potion of animal friendship, which I'm still not sure how that works, I found this letter, this note. We got it off that guy from the hole.
The guard.
Well,
Yes. I'm gonna look at it now.
what does it say?
Good
Sorry.
idea.
I overly did that, sorry. I was going to give it to someone, and I realized I could just read it. I read
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, I can read.
Right. There it is, common. Between Elvish and Dwarvish.
Okay, so it looks like it's scribbled. It's basically just scribbled in charcoal or maybe dust. It's black. It's definitely not an ink. Looks like maybe whatever he was able to get to scribble onto it, maybe soil, or something like that. But all it says is, if this potion fails me, given to me by the farmer, please take this bag of coins to my wife, Valina, back at the keep. It's all my savings and an advance. And hopefully it will keep her safe for a short time.
Valina, give unknown amount of money.
Whoops. So we'll just I'll throw in a couple gold or something.
The
then.
sack that was on his body had 10 gold in it.
Oh dang!
Did you pocket that? Did you look through his body?
I don't know who looked through it.
I looked through his body.
We totally would have.
All I remember is doing my roll and finding a potion. That was all.
I don't remember finding anything else. So I guess I'll just throw it at a 10.
Okay.
Guys,
That's chump change. We could just sell this dude's horse and get more than 10. Maybe 12.
Somehow I feel like this horse is somehow the property of Silra.
okay, so
The state.
The state.
I took my 10 gold and put it in a little pouch, just separately, so we don't.
Do you need an extra pouch? I've got bags.
Sure.
Oh, you do? Oh.
Is it hoarding if it's storage containers? Like if someone has a house full of shelves that are empty, is that hoarding?
I will give you an empty sack.
Thank you.
Well, if the shelves are empty, it's not hoarding.
Okay. So you could like fill a whole house with empty bags.
But I guess if you have just tons of bags, that's hoarding now.
Okay. I'm not calling Randall the hoarder.
I don't have a lot of them. I have a bag of Medusa snakes. I have.
Do you have every bag you've ever found?
No, I just
No.
gave one away.
Because he doesn't have the cheese bag anymore.
Yeah.
What happened to the cheese bag?
I think I gave it to somebody.
Wow.
Somebody got the cheese bag.
Yeah.
I have a belt pouch. Well, I guess that's what we used to store